Hello and welcome to the painting session with me. My muse today is Maddy Perez from Euphoria season 3, and let's get started with the explanation. So here I'm going to use phthalo blue to mark all the places that she has shadows, almost like contouring her face. And each time I put this color, I clean my brush and I try to blend the edges really well with only water, very little water. This color is my base for the portraits always. I'm putting it all over her face, only leaving the lightest parts. Again, this is going to blend this blue underneath. Next step will be the same color with a little bit of red. You can use any red. You can see here I have a few. I use them as I feel like. And now we are starting the process of layering. I'm going to be adding any next dark color that I make on the darkest places. Here I'm mixing red and brown, doing the same thing. And each time I put the colors, I dry them with a blow dryer. It's quicker, really good trick, saves a lot of time because sometimes if you're not living in a warm place, watercolors can take time. And we want to be quick, especially when we're doing commissions, right? So here's a lot of adding, a lot of blending. And like I said, each time I'm adding less, but on the places that are darker. And it's looking like a complete mess. It doesn't look like any person at all. It's scary, really a trust the process moment. Again, always making sure to blend the edges. Really makes it more natural and realistic, even though this is not really a realism. And this time here I'm using the first color, only that color, with a lot of water everywhere to sort of blend everything together, if that makes any sense to you. And this is the rosy color that I choose for her blusher, or really any other place on her face that has like a little bit of redness, because we all do. Sometimes it's purplish, sometimes it's more orange. It really depends. Here are the details on the eyes, and now here we're finally going to see everything kind of making sense. I used same brown. I'm using this same brown for everything, and the process is quite literally the same. I'm going from the lightest to the darkest, and every time I'm lightening my colors with water. So if I want it lighter, I add more water, and if I want it darker, I use less water. Here I'm outlining it first with browns, then I'm gonna use black. I'm not sure about the names for both. If I find them, I will leave them in the description. And here again everything starts to make more sense. Again, just making her eyeliner pop. And here I'm showing you how I prep my brush for eyebrow part, for those fine lines, because who has the patience to make every individual hair there? And then later I'm adding more depth with mixing black with the brown, finishing other eye, and her eye look is complete here. Then I added a little bit more depth in a few places on this part of her face that is darker, with like more shadow. And these are the liners I will be using instead of a really tiny brush that I do not own right now, to do her eyelashes. It was really hard to do with the previous brush because the painting is small. Sometimes I do prefer to do small paintings, and yeah, these are really handy for so many other things. Really, sometimes I use them just to add some texture. Here I'm mixing rosy with purple and then a little bit of a white, a lot of water to make it almost see-through for the first layer of her lips. And then while it's wet, I'm doing the wet on wet technique that I'm adding darker, and after that I will dry it. And for the darkest contour parts of her lips, I was adding brown to this mixture, and I would dry each part again, like for the whole face. But first layer was done like wet on wet technique. And at the end, I think I used only brown for the outlines to make it all really just pop. This is the hair part, and for it I again mixed the same brown with a little bit of black for the first layer, because it's gonna look more natural that way than just using black. Later I will be adding black, but not everywhere, and you will kind of see this brown first layer through it. It's gonna make it more natural. I'm just trying to mimic the hair, the way the hair goes with my brush. This is the most satisfying detail with the look generally, but also it was satisfying painting this as well. Here's the part where I told you I'm using the black color only, again mimicking her hair, the way it goes. For the necklace I used black as the base, because now on top of it, once I dried it, I used this golden watercolor. It's super cute and it's shining, it's literally shining. Then I used white gouache for the bling details on her necklace and on her eyes as well. And this is the part that I almost forgot, her earring. Same thing, gold, white gouache for the details, and that is it. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.